Hiya, greetings, salutations. It's your girl Mookies, or Layla, if you prefer. Ooh, is that just my throat gurgled? Okay, so I'm back from the dead. I'm not dead. I'm alive. I necromancied myself back into existence, and wouldn't you know it, so did RWBY.
Hey fandom, Carrie here. I've been really excited to see RWBY making its way back out into the world for longtime fans and newcomers alike, on digital and streaming and Blu-ray. But I know what you want to know. Where's Volume 10? So I'm very excited to share that we're super deep in early writing and planning. I know it's been a long journey, and we're incredibly grateful for your patience up to this point, especially knowing that there's still a long road ahead. But for now, I want to thank the fandom for sticking with us as we keep moving forward. More soon.
So, Volume 10 was announced just literally days after I finally bought a new Framework 16 laptop. So I'm not saying that Viz and Kruby were waiting for me to be able to make more RWBY reviews, but I'm also not saying it. Anyways, to celebrate the occasion and my return to technological civilization, it made sense to me to essentially offer a primer on RWBY to be my magnum opus while we wait for RWBY Volume 10 to release, and also to hopefully get me interested in finishing Sinner's Fall Volume 7 to 9 eventually. Except, you know me, and primer really means dissertation. So if you're willing to lend me an ear and be here for my being long-winded, then let's get it on. I've been away for a major minute, so if you'd like to hear more on that, you will. I'll keep that towards the end of the video so that those who aren't interested won't have to sit through it and we can get straight into the project. Part 0, the backstory and prelude. Prelude? I like to say prelude, but I hear a lot of people say prelude. I'm trying to get into the habit of saying words however I feel like they should be said, because like as long as you understand what I'm saying, it doesn't matter, right? Okay. I think it makes sense to introduce a bit about myself first, my relationship to RWBY, and other pertinent things to inform new friends and refresh old ones about what I like and enjoy. Surprise, bitch. Are you 13? Surprise, bitch. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me. Bitch! I'm back.
Surprise, bitch. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me. Surprise, bitch. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me.
Hi, I'm Layla, but I'll probably go by my handle, Mookies. Either is fine. I discovered RWBY back in 2015, I think, when I was walking by the living room and my younger sister was watching RWBY Volume 2 on Netflix, back when RWBY was on there. I'm pretty sure they've since taken it off. I don't know. I haven't used Netflix in years and have no intention to ever do so. Their price jacking is like ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Or let's have John say it. It's ridiculous. Thanks, John. It was this scene right here during the Yang versus Neo fight in the train compartment. I froze in my paces and just stared as this tiny, pale, pink and brown haired woman confusticated and made a fool out of that yellow haired girl, all without saying a word. When she did those backflips and smoothly and seamlessly transformed that into sitting upon that crate, cross-legged and smiling while twirling her umbrella, I was blown away. That was the coolest, smoothest shit I've ever seen in my life. I asked my sister what she was watching, and she told me it was called RWBY. I saw how it was spelled on the episode, and I was confused as to why the W made a U sound, though I will forever maintain that W, double you should be written like you, or pronounced double V. That's just my hill to die on, or like if I'm not gonna die on it, it's my hill to run up, okay? Like Kate Bush, she knows what I'm talking about. My Kate Bush shit with respect to this. Double V, W, like it just makes sense, okay, whatever. I went upstairs and YouTubed it, and the episodes were on there, so I watched it there. I'm not the kind of person who can focus on or maintain interest in something for a long period of time unless I'm invested, and I still vividly recall binging RWBY on YouTube, enjoying how short each episode was and how self-contained and quick to get through they were, and simultaneously being desperate for more and more and continuing each episode when I was watching it at night. I remember like it was nighttime and like I should have been sleeping because I think I had class or something, but like I just could not stop binging the episodes. They were really good to me at the time, and still I think. I still have a special fondness in my heart for them. When I got to Volume 1, Chapter 8, Players and Pieces, and I saw teams RWBY and Juniper, though they weren't officially put into teams yet, just pairs, so they were working together, go up against the giant Nevermore and put their talents and skills to use to combine their separate abilities and weapons into a coherent, seemingly seamless offense that had awesome music blasting while Team Juniper killed the Deathstalker and Team RWBY killed the Nevermore. I was blown away, and I knew then and there that this was something special, especially because I love color. I love color and bright, vivid characters and settings and worlds. So even on that front, RWBY felt as if it was made for and meant for me. Unfortunately, Monty had already died before I even knew about or got into RWBY, and it was clear to see how much he impacted and influenced those who are fans of his choreography and work, so I felt like I missed out on knowing a creative genius beloved by his fans. I want to take this time to also state that Miles, Luna, and Carrie Shawcross were also pivotal to creating and contributing to the birth and wonders of RWBY, especially since they did most of the character work and actual writing. So despite whatever I may say later on, and critiques I have with RWBY and its writings and stuff I've said in the past, I acknowledge creating something from scratch and making a world and characters I love so much is not easy, so they will always have my respect for that, especially since they were just young kids in their very early 20s, without much experience in writing for or running a show. I mean, Maz is just 2 years older than me, and was also an April baby whose birthday is in the 20s of the month. April baby solidarity. And Carrie's just shy of a year older than me. Me running and writing and creating constantly for a huge audience is unthinkable. So again, kudos to them. I'm going to make a concerted effort to be kinder and more understanding than I have in the past to them, and that means having grace and decorum to not call them names. So if you're expecting a savage takedown and bashing and bullying of Miles and Carrie or Eddie or Kiersey as well, then you're out of luck. The world needs more kindness, and I'm going to do my part to add to it. Also, I feel like my criticisms should just by default focus on the work produced, not ad hominiming those who made it. I want people to consider my critiques based on their own analytical merits, not riding a hate train for RWBY. I'd also like to take the time to thank the hard work and efforts of the principal voice cast of RWBY, and the voice of the titular 4 girls of Ruby Rose, Waishni, Blake Belladonna, and Yang Xiaolong. Thank you, Lindsay Jones, who I may also refer to as Jax, Kara Eberly, Aaron Zeck, and Barbara Dunkelman, respectively. You guys are fantastic, as are the voice cast of the supporting Team Juniper, Jean Arc, Nora Valkyrie, Nikos, and Lyran. Shout out to the talented Miles Luna, Samantha Ireland, Jen Brown, and Neith Ohm, stepping in for his younger brother, Monty Ohm. You guys also rock, and I'll also name and give flowers to the other voice actors as their characters pop up and are introduced in this video, or subsequent videos of this project. Don't want to forget all the unsung heroes who work with the character models or do environments or rigging or animation or art design, including character designs. There are so many to name, so I can't fit them all here, but I do know that Eileen Chang, or Ayn Lee, is or was the principal character artist / designer, so thank you to her. To the rest of you who make up RWBY, my sincerest and deepest thanks to you. Well, okay then. I think this is starting to sound like I won an Academy Award or something, so let's switch tracks and finally... Oh my god, Leo, I'm fucking recording here. Why would you do that? Give me just 1 second, please. Okay, where was I? Okay, well, okay then. I think this is starting to sound like I won an Academy Award or something, so let's switch tracks and finally get started with figuring out how you and I are going to do this. We should break things down so we don't get overwhelmed and things are more manageable, right? That sounds like a decent idea, I think. So let's account for everything we're trying to cover, then categorize them into sections. Okay. We have a huge backlog to get through. RWBY has ran the gamut of media. If you can imagine it, RWBY probably exists in that format. In terms of animation, there's the RWBY show itself and the 4 preceding trailers, the red, white, black, and yellow trailers. The show proper currently has 9 volumes released, and the upcoming 10th volume is the reason this video even exists. Though if we're being honest, this video is likely eventually going to be in the works and come out. The announcement of RWBY Volume 10 being in early pre-production just gave me the impetus to actually work on it. When the show was airing, there were supplementary videos informing the viewers, known affectionately as the FNDM, or fandom. How have I not used the term fandom yet in this video? About important world-building lore, which would have been better served in the show proper, but I'm supposed to be listening to everything RWBY, not making any observations or comments, so let's refocus our eagle eyes on the goal. Okay. RWBY Chibi, a very funny spin-off that I hope gets revived as well for proper seasons, started airing either during or, if I remember correctly, just after RWBY Volume 3 ended, which I think I remember being the case because the tonal whiplash of Volume 3's ending and the slapstick, goofy, zany energy of RWBY Chibi was memorable. RWBY Ice Queendom was an alternate universe anime focusing on Weiss, so let's toss that in too. There have also been some RWBY movies, though not any that are canonical or even solely about RWBY. There have been a couple of handful of reading materials, including written guides to the World of Remnant, titled The World of RWBY, the Official Companion. I actually owned this book once, but I no longer have it, so I might repurchase it, and physical copies of the other books. 3 RWBY novels entitled After the Fall, Before the Dawn, and Roman Holiday. Let's not forget the plethora of manga. I mean manga, but like I've said, every time I see that word, I want to say manga, but I know it's pronounced manga. So if I just switch between them, I know that I know, okay? Let's not forget the plethora of manga from mangaka like Shiro Miwa and Bunta Kinami. There have also been comic books, including some crossovers with DC's Justice League. There have been 2 RWBY video games. The original one, RWBY Grim Eclipse, which started as a fan game made for Rooster Teeth's 10th anniversary. Which started as a fan game made for Rooster Teeth's 10th anniversary. Oh my god, why can't I fucking speak?